Hello, it was great seeing you this week. So, one thing from your sheet music that you're doing, when you see a piece of music, no matter what it is, I'm just going to use a random, I'll use Away in a Manger here, out of this book, my ukulele book. Anywho, this is in the key of G, 3, 4. So if I have the first chord, I'm reading it, I go through the whole piece of music first. When I look at the piece of music, I go to the measure 1, find the key signature, and then the time. I look at all the different measures to see if anything is repeating or if anything has a repetitious or a marking to go back up to the top. This is a one-time through type of play tune, so I'm going to go a little bit slower. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. Here's our D7. Back to our G. So just going through here and feeling out what the chords are, seeing it vamping in a lot of G. So going through is just G, C, and D7. So in front of the G, I can always put a chord which is its diminish. F sharp diminished is a D7 when you play the fifth of the chord. G, A, B, C, D. D, F sharp, A is our D major triad, major third, minor third. So when we play the C natural, we know in the key of D there's two sharps, F sharp and C sharp. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. So when we don't play that C sharp here, when we play the C natural, it gives us our minor seventh, meaning root or subtonic right next to it, median. When we have our fourth, it's the subdominant, the dominant. We have our submediant, the relative minor, our lending or leading tone, and then the root. So in the eyes of D major, we would have D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C. Well, this one is a lending tone of sorts. We can still have C major, D major, and then into E minor, F sharp, minor, G major, A major. We could have our B minor, and then a C major into a D. It still is a resolution, you know? It just doesn't have the gravitas of the C sharp diminish. So what we're realizing here is in the key of D, when we go up to G, we actually can play a D7, which is an F sharp diminish, right before every G. So if we had Away in a manger, no crib for a bed, the little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. When going through the process of seeing the notes right before that, well, right before C, C, D, E, F, G, if we played a G7, it would go into C. So let's hear what that sounds like. Away in a manger, no crib for a bed, the little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. We could play the G7 again. We could do secondary dominance before each one of these. So just to show you what the final line in this is, the final line is C, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, D7 to the 1 chord. And then A minor as a big wrap up to D7 to the G. So between each one of those, we can play a G7 to the C. And then right before the D7, we can play C sharp diminished to the D7. And the D7 itself goes to the G. A minor, well, A, B, C, D, E. So if we played a quick E7 and then A minor, sounds wonderful. And then right before D, D, E, F, G, A, A7 goes wonderfully to a D. Then our D7 makes full circle back to G. I hope that wasn't too over the top. I'll show you what it is just in namesake only in the key of F. F major, G minor, A minor, B flat major, C major, D minor, E diminished, F. In the key of F, F, A, C. When we play an E, E in the key of F is the natural seventh. F, E, it's a half step away. So when we play F, A, C, and E, we get an F major 7. When we play F, A, C, and E flat, we get an F dominant 7. Meaning, this F dominant 7 sounds exactly like it's diminished, E diminished. And it resolves to F. So anytime you see an F major in any song, let's say we were playing in the key of G, a 1, 2, 3, sorry, and then the F would have been a flat 7 in the key of G, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, rather than F sharp. If we played an F major there, it would be an interesting chord. G, this time I'm going to go and play an E diminished or a C7 right before. Interesting, huh? If we were playing in the key of F and I wanted to go to a D minor, I could play a C sharp diminished right before the D minor and it would sound great. This is a 1 chord, a 2 chord, a 3 chord. Now I'm going to go to the D minor, but I'm first going to go to the C sharp diminished. I utilize the C sharp diminished to go into the D minor because D, E, F, G, A, D, E, F sharp, G, A, doesn't matter major or minor. The 5th away from D is A. So if I use A major and play it as a dominant, A7, it goes into D minor wonderfully. So this week, maybe try and concentrate on one key. Pick a key like, I don't know, well, we worked on B flat major, right? B flat major, C minor, D minor, E flat major. We would have F major, G minor, and then we'd have A diminished, and it would go into B flat major again. So one of the things we can try is if we were playing something like, let's say, G minor to a C minor. Well, what's the diminished that's derived out of the key of F? Or how about this in this case, E flat. So right before E flat, the chord right before E flat, half step before E flat would be D. Well, it just so happens that when we play our diminished, it goes directly into there. And if we look at our diminished as being nothing more than an extension of a chord, in this case it's the B flat played as a dominant. Works quite well. I hope that is a good explanation. I'll also send another video from somebody else explaining a secondary dominant. The reason why we use secondary dominants as leading tones is we use them right before we move to a chord to spice things up. So instead of having a song that just has a little bit of boring nature to it, like how about this one, the first Noel, 3/4 again, key of G, 1, 2, 3. That's enough. So if I was going into that, I could do F sharp into G. I could do fifth is D. If we were to play D as a D7, it would go wonderfully back into our G. So we get used to being. And how to see these chords working together, and how what an A7 would work well as well, because it goes right into D major. Anyway, it was wonderful seeing you today. Secondary dominance, this is a great thing to look over. The takeaway is this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth in any major key can be turned into a dominant. C, if it's the fifth in the key of F, F, G minor, A minor, B flat major, C. C made into a C7 sounds exactly like RE diminished back into the root. Aloha.